It's time now for a look at latest in local news. In the news, former District Attorney Jackie Johnson appearing in court Wednesday at the Glenn County Courthouse as she faces two charges and will stand trial beginning January 21st of this coming year when jury selection will begin. Johnson charged with two counts. Count one, violation of oath of office, and count two, hindering a police officer. Charges come from the Attorney General's office, which is prosecuting the case, saying she mishandled her duties in the shooting death of Ahmaud Arbery, saying she did not treat the Arbery family fairly, and that she showed favoritism to the McMichaels, who were eventually tried and convicted for the murder of Ahmaud Arbery. Case in front of Judge John Turner, who listened to attorneys for both sides present motions on Wednesday that the judge says he's not ready to make any ruling on at this time, says he'll rule sometime next week. Johnson's lawyer, Brian Steele, told Judge Turner that he'll be calling Attorney General Chris Carr to testify in the case. He believes Carr and his office should not be allowed to prosecute the case at all. Steele argues that the Attorney General needs to testify and tell what policy Johnson didn't follow. Johnson argues she recused herself from the case and recommended fellow DA George Barnhill to prosecute the case. It was Barnhill who publicly ruled the shooting death of Ahmaud Arbery as self-defense. Steele told Judge Turner, quote, "I don't believe that it is within the law to allow a prosecutor or any lawyer to also be a witness, and it's a material witness in the case." But the prosecutors from the Attorney General's office caught off guard by the suggestion the defense plans to call Attorney General Carr. As a witness told Judge Turner yesterday, there's simply a ploy by the defense to further delay the trial. Prosecutor John Fowler told Judge Turner, quote, "By trying to make Attorney General Chris Carr a witness, they're simply trying to get this case into a place where it cannot be going forward any longer." Judge says again that he'll make his rulings within a week. Prospective jurors in this case will be required to fill out a 30-page questionnaire. The attorneys argued for several minutes on where that should take place. The defense wanted the jurors called into the courthouse to fill out the questionnaire, but the judge said that would not take place. He said they would simply mail the questionnaires out to the prospective jurors. Once again, the Attorney General's office motion that Johnson's prior record as a prosecutor and the fact that she won 2 elections should be excluded from the case, saying her record as a prosecutor is not relevant to the case. The defense disagrees. Again, the judge says he'll make a ruling by next week. Once again, the court date now set for January 21st as the Attorney General's office moving forward, looking to prosecute the former DA. The Attorney General's office says they did receive a subpoena for records from their office, but they did not get a subpoena for Chris Carr to testify in the case. Attorney General's office did send out the following statement yesterday. It reads as follows, quote, "We've never stopped fighting for Ahmaud Arbery and his family, and we look forward to presenting our case in court," end quote. Again, WIFO film will continue to follow the story as it develops. Once again, the court date is scheduled for January 21st in the Glenn County Courthouse. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor, other commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Jesup Police Department needing the help from the community to prevent auto break-ins and vehicle thefts. They generally see an increase of these type of crimes during the holidays. There are a few things that will make it harder for an auto break-in and vehicle theft. They say key steps that citizens can take to help prevent auto-related crimes include locking your car doors even when parked in driveways or garages, removing all valuables from plain sight such as electronics, purses, wallets, and keys. Never leave keys or inside the vehicle. The Jesup Police Department is also encouraging the use of anti-theft devices and parking in well-lit areas as additional deterrence methods. Need more information on auto theft prevention? Ask you please contact the Jesup PD at 912-427-1300. Jesup Police have made an arrest in an armed robbery at Little Caesars. The Jesup Police Department has successfully apprehended a suspect in connection with the attempted armed robbery that occurred at Little Caesars, located at 155 South First Street. The incident took place back on November 3rd when a black male entered the establishment with a bandana covering his face and brandished a silver handgun, demanding money from the victim. Upon arrival at the scene, officers made contact with the victim, who reported that he fled to the rear of the building as the suspect exited without obtaining any cash. Following the incident, the case was assigned to the Criminal Investigation Division and the ACE team for further investigation. Through diligent work, investigators obtained valuable video footage and information that led them to the suspect's residence at 668 North Brunswick Street. On November 15, Jesup police officers executed a search warrant at the location, took Willie Lee Mathis into custody without incident. Mr. Mathis is being charged with 1 count of attempted armed robbery, 1 count of aggravated assault, 1 count of possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, 1 count of a firearm by a convicted felon. Mr. Mathis is also wanted for failure to register as a sex offender. During the search, officers recovered articles of clothing that Mathis was reportedly wearing at the time of the attempted robbery. Following his arrest, investigators conducted an interview with the Mathis, who subsequently confessed to the crime. Jesup Police Department commends the work of its officers and investigators in resolving the case swiftly and safely. And they state they remain committed to ensuring the safety and security of our community. Again, if anyone has additional information regarding this case or other incidents, you're asked to contact Sergeant Jason Dixon, the Jesup Police Department, at 912-427-1300. Community-wide blood drive coming up on Monday, December 16th from 1 to 6 p.m. at the Calvary Baptist Church Gymnasium. Again, it's sponsored by the Jesup Shriners Ladies Auxiliary. To schedule an appointment, they ask you to please visit redcrossblood.org and or Jesup to schedule an appointment. Once again, the date is coming Monday, December 16th from 1 to 6 p.m. at the Calvary Baptist Church Gymnasium. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes of news. Chamber of Commerce already accepting reservations for their annual Eggs and Issues breakfast. That's scheduled for Thursday, January 9th at Coastal Pines Technical College. Wayne County's local delegation will be on hand previewing the upcoming Georgia legislative session, which will take place up in Atlanta. Guest speakers will be State Senator Blake Tillery, State Representative Stephen Meeks, and State Representative Buddy DeLoach. The event begins that morning at 8 a.m. Tickets are available at the Chamber, $30 for Chamber members, $40 for non-members, and everyone's invited to come here from our local representatives. Once again, the date, Thursday, January the 9th. City of Scriven's Christmas Parade set for this Saturday. It gets underway at 4 p.m. The lineup will begin at 3 p.m. After the parade, the city hosting their annual Christmas in the Park event at the Scriven Ballpark. Everyone's invited. Pictures with Santa will be available. City once again providing snow for everyone. Again, it all taking place this Saturday in Scriven, Georgia. The parade at 4 and the Christmas in the Park events immediately after the parade. If you need more information, simply contact Scriven City Hall at 912-579-2211. City of Jesup this Friday hosting another downtown event with free carriage rides in town and opportunity for kids to get their picture taken once again with Santa and Mrs. Claus. Also, the Grinch will be on hand for pictures. Also, Friday, kids will be given free Christmas books provided by Wayne Family Connection. They'll also be providing hot cocoa and cookies. The event begins around 6:30 this Friday night, tomorrow night at Bland Park. Again, everyone is invited to attend. And the city of Odom gearing up for their big event, Christmas in the Square. It's going to take place on December 14th from 5 to 10 p.m. Again, activities include inflatables and decorations, hot chocolate and snacks, lighting of the square at 6:30, pictures with Santa from 6:30 to 10, special performances by Call to the Dance Floor, Odom Elementary School Choir. Again, all that taking place December 14th from 5 to 10 p.m. at the Town Square in Odom at 312 West Railroad Street, Odom, Georgia. Again, if you need more information, call us Odom City Hall at 912-586-2211. And that's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan, have a great day.